So we had a pretty fun Pro Bowl, even though it was a pretty rainy one. But at least the Pro Bowl Skill Showdown wasn't so rainy, and it was quite a fun one too. And we start with the best hands for wide receivers, and it was a little different this time having the pairs on each side team up, rather than each individual receiver trying for the best time. So the AFC with a score of 1 minute and 22 seconds, beating the NFC by 3.8 seconds, even with the Minnesota Vikings' Adam Thielen's near-flawless run which made it close. And then the precision passing for quarterbacks, but this year they included one additional non-quarterback on each team, and again it's team scoring rather than individual scores. And it was Thielen as a non-quarterback who opened it up for the NFC, with a surprising score of 10 points, which included a 5-point buzzer-beating bullseye, completely owning the AFC's non-quarterback Von Miller of the Denver Broncos, who only scored 2 points. The Chicago Bears' Mitchell Trubisky had a good run, even though hitting a couple rims, but he adds 11 points for the NFC. The Indianapolis Colts' Andrew Luck failed for the AFC, only making 5 points, allowing the Seattle Seahawks' Russell Wilson to cap it off with a dominating 19-point run. So the NFC destroys the AFC 40-22 to tie up the series 1-1. And the new event this year is the 40-yard splash, which replaced the kick-tac-toe. And this one took a whole ton of throws by all the players until the New York Jets' Jamal Adams finally hits the target to finally drop former Bears linebacker Brian Urlacher into the bucket as the AFC beats the NFC to lead the series 2-1. Now onto the gridiron gauntlet. Starting with the coach push, Ryan Kerrigan of the Washington Redskins came back from a slow start, giving the NFC a slight edge going into the fumble scrabble, and had to go back to fetch it, allowing James Conner of the Pittsburgh Steelers to jump ahead for the AFC. Then both players at the heavy bags made small mistakes, but Adams was given a slight lead to advance through the over and under, as it was Denzel Ward of the Cleveland Browns, who runs 40 yards to the finish, and the AFC beats the NFC by 2.5 seconds to carry a 3-1 series lead to the final event, which set up a winner-take-all epic Pro Bowl dodgeball, worth 3 points and this time is a best of 3. In Game 1, the AFC got Trubisky out right away, then they poured it on and took 3 out at once, so the New York Giants' Saquon Barkley couldn't survive a 5-on-1, and the AFC took the first game. So in Game 2, the NFC had to take charge, and they left a 3-on-1 against Adams who couldn't hold on. So it all came down to the 6-on-6 final Game 3, and the NFC would absolutely dominate as they took them out one by one, with all of their 6 still standing, as the AFC blows the 3-1 lead, and the NFC wins it 4-3, to flip the script of last year's Pro Bowl Skill Showdown. Now onto the rainy Pro Bowl game at the Sunshine State. The Kansas City Chiefs' Patrick Mahomes on the opening drive connects with his teammate Tyreek Hill to push into the NFC zone, and finds the Indianapolis Colts' Eric Ebron all alone in front of the end zone to score. Then the Seattle Seahawks' Russell Wilson airing it out on his first play to the Green Bay Packers' Davante Adams for a big first gain. But deep in AFC territory, Wilson gets sacked for a big loss. They get back in the red zone though, and got forced to go on 4th down, but will get stopped by the AFC defense, as it was pretty much all defense the rest of the quarter, and the AFC leading 7-0. But the AFC started the second quarter in the red zone, and Mahomes goes to another teammate Anthony Sherman to carry it in for another major, as they open the quarter again with a touchdown leading 14-0. The first pick of the game was made by the Chicago Bears' Kyle Fuller on the Indianapolis Colts' Andrew Luck, who came in for Mahomes, but the NFC couldn't make use of the turnover, and so Luck would bounce back a bit and lead the offense to a field goal score by the New York Jets' Jason Myers in the final seconds of the half for a 17-0 AFC lead. Right out of the half, the Chicago Bears' Mitchell Trubisky throws a pick to Chris Harris Jr. of the Denver Broncos. The AFC would attempt a field goal but failed to convert. Then there was a play where the New York Jets' Jamal Adams wipes out Trubisky for a sack in the 4th down. So the Dallas Cowboys coach Jason Garrett puts his own Ezekiel Elliott on the punt team to make a fake play and run for a 1st down. Next play, it was the Minnesota Vikings' Adam Thielen, who killed it in the precision passing in the skill showdown. He gets the pass and launches the ball in the air, but it's you-know-who, Adams, with the interception. Moments later, Jarvis Landry of the Cleveland Browns bobbles and drops a pass in the end zone, so Myers had to come in for the field goal to extend it 20-0. 4th quarter, Coach Garrett goes with his own quarterback Dak Prescott to try and put them on the scoreboard. He heaves one from midfield to teammate Omari Cooper, all the way down to the end zone, but it goes off his face mask. But several plays later, they will finally find the end zone, as it was Austin Hooper of the Atlanta Falcons with a touchdown, so a 20-7 game. On the AFC drive, the NFC get a pick, then start the entertaining razzle-dazzle with some hook and ladders and some spinoramas. But the AFC would get an interception back right after, and in the ensuing drive, the AFC tack on another touchdown. And so that was it, as the AFC win the Pro Bowl 26-7. So it was a Pro Bowl of a ton of interceptions, and it seemed Coach Garrett might have been playing around too much with the lines and stuff, but you can see him with a smile all game long. And the Pro Bowl is all about having fun out there, so it's all good. Patrick Mahomes is the offensive MVP, throwing a touchdown and 156 yards. Jamal Adams is the defensive MVP, getting 2 tackles, a sack, and an interception. So again, another fun Pro Bowl at Orlando, Florida. Next up, I'll see you guys next week for the Super Bowl. And thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you'll tune in to the next episode.